Hey folks, Jessie Rathburn here at the entrance to the Nature Preserve Cemetery. In this time of social distancing, I'm going to try something new. Instead of leading nature walks through the Motherhouse grounds to different groups, I'm going to try to create some virtual nature walks. Most of the time I will just be silent to let you enjoy the sounds of the meadows and the forests and the lakes. Occasionally I might point out something interesting that I've seen, but if there are particular parts of the Motherhouse property that you want to see, let me know. I am not good with technology in general, but I am gonna put my best effort forward so I can try to get some videos or pictures of different places that you want to see. So right now we're here at the entrance to the Nature Preserve Cemetery. Everything is in bloom right now. The woods have come alive in a new way in the last week, and so I'm going to point out a couple of the things that we've been seeing. About a month ago, I noticed something going on with this tree right here. You can see how the bark has just disappeared from this tree. It goes pretty far up the trunk. And most of the way around. What I think might have happened is that there were little beetles in these holes, and a woodpecker came along and stripped off the bark. There are a couple of other older trees where I see similar patterns on them in the area. Another interesting thing the woodpeckers have done recently is on this tree over here. You can see a couple of new holes. And I want to point out just a few flowers here. We have a variety of flowers in the woods in the springtime. These that have these sort of single leaf, oh, where it is, there it is, single leaves. These are spring beauties. That's a spring beauty. Look at how many are on that one. Wow. Another flower we have, this is just a good example of the leaves right here. I believe this is called a cut leaf toothwort. I'll find another example with flowers on it still. This is a lovely collection of some spring beauties against the moss on the base of a tree. And as you can see, we're right here in the Nature Preserve Cemetery still, going down the path. But we're gonna take this new trail off to the right here. There are a couple of really great features I want to point out on this trail. First of all, you'll see a lot of plants that look like this as we go through the forest. These are called May apples. They've only started coming out in the last week or two, and eventually they'll grow a small fruit. Oh, you can see one in progress there. They are Another lovely collection of May apples. Here's a good example of the cutleaf toothwort. Through the trees, you can see one of our crop fields with cover crop growing on it. So we're walking along the edge of the crop field through the woods right now. And here we come to an intersection in the trail. This way sort of takes you back to the Nature Preserve Cemetery, and this way takes you further into the woods. So we're going to go further into the woods right now. Here's the first example of one of the flowers I want to show you. This is called a trillium. I believe this is a sweet Betsy, but I suspect the woods are very still this morning, just a light breeze. We come to another intersection here, and we're going to take the path to the right. It goes down just a little way to the creek where there's a little waterfall. I don't know if it's running today. All right, so we're back on the trail leading us further into the woods. This is a plant that just started coming out in the last few weeks. I don't know what that is. This part of the woods is particularly beautiful with all the mossy rock. We're going to walk down in there. And in the winter especially, the moss on those rocks just jumps out at you. We haven't had rain in several days, so the moss is getting pretty brown and dry looking. This is a place where we start to see more trillium, more of these flowers. When they were smaller, many of the leaves had more of this dark mottling on them. But now they look less streaked. I don't know if you were able to hear it, but I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. A white-tailed deer went bouncing through the woods that way. I've been coming out to this section of the woods every day for a few weeks now, except for the past 2 days. It almost feels like I've never been here before. It's so quiet and still and just much drier than it has been, and also there's so much more growth. I don't know if you can see in the video or not, but here you can see a deer trail that comes through here. And that is where our trail is going to follow now. I really like this part going through the cedar trees. Feels very cozy out here. Trying to get a shot of this lovely little white butterfly. The deer tracks in the mud have increased greatly as we joined their trail. And here we are down at the creek again. One of our retreatants who has been enormously instrumental in establishing these trails is in the process of building a bridge across the creek here. Each day he's made progress. I've never caught him down here, but I see the evidence of his work. Until it's finished, I still very ungracefully walk across this log down here. I took a small detour down here to show you the creek really quickly.